Okay, so I'm just watching your warm-up here, and I'm thinking that I'd like the horse to be more swinging through the back and using the core a little bit more. So ideally we'd want the nose down to the top of the foreleg and the horse more in a rounded outline. Also, when I'm watching you here, I'd like to see your left hip back a little bit more and your left shoulder back, so that you're the mirror image of your horse. So you should be more of a flexing turning aid. So to me that looks a little bit free. I'd like a little bit more engagement and connection to the rein. So that's what I'd be saying there. So your rein's a bit loose. So we still want to have the horse connected in a stretched outline would be my first tip there. I'm just going to speed up the camera and just look at bits again. So I'd really like the horse to be more over the back. So to do that, I'd probably practice halting and watching your crest flip. That's a really good indication of where the horse's neck needs to be. And you can do it in the halt where you're not using your leg. And it's immobile, so you can get a good feeling of how the rein works. So the horse should be able to flip the crest to the left and flip the crest to the right. So when you get that position where the crest is flipping, that will be your stretch, is what I'm thinking. But yeah, so I'm just going to keep moving through bits of the video. We're back on the right rein. So every horse is positioned left and right, and that was great that I see there that you went for the reaction, the forward aid, which is really good to do. Now you're going into canter. So when I'm riding my horse on the left, I have a shoulder four to the left. When I ride the horses on the right, it's a shoulder four to the right. Your horse has got them. It's absolutely sweet. I love it. And a super canter. Really nice canter. Very balanced canter. And again, it's good that you're being black and white with what you're asking from your leg reactions. So I quite like your canter. Again, I'd still like it a little bit more. I see you doing a counter flexion. But again, I'd make you, for me, I'd want to see that you can do these crest flips properly in the halt to see that you're actually getting what I would want you to achieve from that. But it's good that you're moving the horse around. And the canter's balanced. I think the canter, to me, looks better than the trot. It's in a rounder frame, good 3-beat, and I really like that canter. Just going to speed you up here. Again, we're doing some lengthening by the looks down the long side, and that's good to keep practicing your forward and your back. When it looked forward, it looked better a little bit than the back. Again, I want to get the horse to arch more up in the shoulders, come a bit more over the back and engage a little bit more. I think once you get the connection, that would have made a more softer transition there through to the trot. The trot was a little bit hurried to me between the two to the left canter. But we look to the left and we see that, again, we've got a nice, I really like your straightness there. It's a very good shoulder four. The horse is very straight. Again, for me, I'd want the horse a little bit more over the back, but rounder, shoulders up, hind legs under. It's good that you're doing your circles, especially like I like to use circles in corners. So I'd make, again, I'd like to make my pupils do 10-meter circles in every corner so they get the feeling of how to ride a correct bend around the corner. Okay, so you've gone obviously from back onto the 20. Another top tip for me is I don't like people doing 20-meter circles around my corners because I like to do them at SRVP so that the horse learns to respect the corner. So if you go around, you're missing the corner, it's a bit, you're not so disciplined as riding a real corner, and as we go up the grades, our corners become everything. So that's just a little fussy top tip that I got from Carl Hester. So we use the corners, really make a corner, and that would be a 10-meter volta if possible. And then, of course, I'd try and keep my 20-meter circles out of the corner. So we see the left. I'm just going to rewind that. So I think we've got all, and again, your horse has got a lovely walk. Now we're going into some trot. It's got 3 nice paces, doing a really nice job. And you've got a lovely skinny trainer. She looks lovely too. So now we're going to go down the long side, I think. I think you might be asking for some lengthening. And I'd like more bend around your corner. Yeah, we see that you're getting lengthening there. So again, I'd probably For me, I'd want a bit more shoulder forward to the left. I'd want the left hind leg to be tracking a little bit more under the centre of gravity. And I wouldn't want to do a 60 metre. I'd like to do more shorter bursts of transitions. And again, when you go forward, it's really hard not to go forward fast and back slow. Really good corner into that one. And that lengthening to me was a lot better. So well done. Again, the same thing I'm going to say to you is just we really need to get your gorgeous horse more over the back, more round through the top line. But everything looks, you know, as far as accepting the bridle goes, it looks nice, uncomplicated. It's a very nice horse. I could easily take this one back to New Zealand. Lovely. And that was even, and your lengthenings are getting better and better. See that you're doing a halt there. So I'm just playing because I have to keep the camera going for this YouTubing. I'm not computer savvy at all, sorry. So I'm not sure what movement we're doing there. Looks like a baby. Okay, so that was a leg yard. So to me, too parallel, you need the, and again, you've lost the rhythm. So I'd rather you rose myself, and again, I want you to go from marker to marker. So it was two crossing, not forward, and the shoulder has to lead to the right to start. Okay, so I thought you were actually doing a shoulder and left. Again, I'm not listening to the sound, so your trainer might have had a perfectly good reason for that, maybe, but for test riding, it's incorrect. So the shoulder, so you've got the hind leg too much to the right, the shoulder should be more leading, and it should be forward and cross. And number one in the training scale is rhythm. Okay, so the trot quality has changed. I prefer to do rising trot and get a more quality rhythm, and don't change it, because that's the number one of any top 10 mark is your rhythm. It's the bottom of the training scale. So I'm going to now see forward a bit more. We look to the right side. Looks like we did a little bit of a shoulder in there. Again, so I'll be watching, and you're doing two little half circles. I'm a real fuss pot, so I'll be making you go from one circle definitely to another and having a straight and a changeover in the middle. Rhythm again. I'd say that it's hard when you start sitting. Most people start killing the trot. So I'll be making you do pieces of sitting trot, rising trot, and trying not to get the rhythm changing. Level 2 is working trot, okay? So you should be having over track. Now doing a shoulder in. And again, I'm more skeptical about the lack of energy. So I would be thinking there's no over track there. The neck's too high, and I'd want more forward. So that's one thing that really was interesting for me at Carl's, is we did way more rising trot than sitting. Okay, and I just think you've got to go back to the quality of the gait is everything. I'm going to speed you up again. And okay, so you're learning Travia. I totally get it. So we don't want the same power, but maybe for me, would it be better to do it in walk so you can get the coordination of your aids, and then you're thinking about the gait quality. But you know, good on you. It's a gorgeous horse, and you're doing a great job. I'm going to speed you and see what we're doing. So Travia is different. There we go, doing Travia to the right. So Travia is different to shoulder in. It should be on 4 tracks. Okay, whereas shoulder in is on 3. Classically, they did it on 4. So, of course, you can't expect a horse to be automatically supple. So you would maybe start with 3. But for test riding, you would definitely want to aim for 4 even tracks, having the same distance between the right 4 and the left hind as the width of the front legs. Okay, so that's what you look for if you're lucky enough to have mirrors that you'll be riding for, to look for 4 tracks. And again, I'd be probably breaking those up with more circles, a circle, a piece of Travia, because the bend you get from your circle is going to be the same bend you get through your Travia. And again, I'm just going to look at the walks. It's got a lovely walk, good over track, good reach, good swing. I really love this pony horse. I'm not sure, but it's very nice. Good, 3 very good paces, trainable, lots of quality to work with here. So good swing and using the neck. Back to a bit more canter, which I think your canter definitely is a strength, and we're doing the counter canter. So that's interesting for me. I'd want more shoulder forward to the right. So as you went on to the counter canter, you've got the shoulder angled a little bit left, where the aim of that is that you still keep the shoulder forward position to the right. Okay, most horses do love to rotate on the second loop and pull their shoulder to the direction, but you've actually got to keep the horse centered with the right hind leg cantering between the feet. So here we go. So I'm just hanging up on my friend. So that's something to notice. And counter canter's very good for straightening the horse, engaging the horse. It's been around for, obviously it's one of the best exercises you can use to help strengthen the canter. And looks like we're doing some canter walks. Geez, you're getting way above level 2. So yeah, very exciting times for you. And nicely clear to the walk canter. And that's just because, you've obviously got good reactions with your legs, so you're getting good answers to your forward aid. So I hope you can watch this. My video's a bit dodgy, I must admit. But yeah, all looking totally on track, looking more towards level 3. So I hope you enjoyed my top tips. And sorry we couldn't work out a time to suit the lesson, but maybe we might be able to do that in the future. Bye.